The end of Jinder once and for all. I'm heartbroken by this, Randy. This image and everything that's going on. This is the last time we will ever see Jinder Mahal on Monday Night Raw.
No, we'll
And
see
Veer.
him. No, Veer and Sangha should be fired immediately. Worst goons in the game. Worst goons in the game.
What did they do so bad?
They had the numbers advantage, and they still managed to fuck it up.
They got thrown out, man. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do when you get thrown out. Sometimes the officials cost people games. And I'm talking about you, Mr. Official, that did the Rams game. And I'm talking about you, Mr. Official, that did the Steelers game. No complaints about anybody else, though. The officials were great during the Eagles and Packers game. Take that to the Cowboy fans. Yes, I gave up on my team early in the season, but we are in. We are really in the playoffs. We made it.
Welcome, everyone, to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm, of course, Lord Manny Hayes. He is
the next Super Bowl champion, Marcus, the grand finale. Yes, Manny, can you call your boy Aaron? Can you call your boy Aaron? It's active. How's he doing? Because I feel great.
Well, Jets fan Michael Cole decided to throw the Jets under the bus by making a Jets joke during the R-Truth Miz and Judgment Day match.
Well, why not? This is the time when you can just shit on the Jets going like, it's their fault. It's their fault.
No.
Sorry, Manny.
2039. How old would he be in 2039?
Well, he's in his 20s. He's probably going to be 40-something. You know, players are playing longer these days. So, you're probably going to be about 45. It's Jordan Love. We signed Jordan. We're going to make it to the Super Bowl. It's going to come out.
There's a Filipino quarterback. I don't know what college that is coming. That had a good freshman year.
Oh.
Wherever he lands, I think I might just throw the Jets out of the window and go, no, I'm supporting him.
Following him.
I go wherever he goes.
And then I can see Manny after he throws his 7th pick in the game. Manny is slowly walking back and putting on his Jets. Well, Manny, if you are lucky, he will end up with the Jets. As in, there will probably be seeking a quarterback at that point, too.
I don't think Aaron wants to come back next season.
No, but
I think he's lying. I think he's lying.
I think
Aaron's not coming back next season. Nah, he ain't coming back.
I want next year to start the season, Monday Night Football, same scenario, Aaron with the flag. But this time, instead of the flag, he's like, shoot me out of a cannon. Crashes through goalposts out for the year.
No, do you know when they do the national anthem and then the Jets fly over the stadium? Aaron's going to come out parachuting down.
My Jets got no!
Okay, so this isn't a football podcast. This is a wrestling podcast.
Well, Manny, I'm sorry. It has to be a football because football decided to take 3 days out of a 3-day weekend. 3 days out of a 3-day weekend. They took Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Everybody in the world is upset, I think, with this. The NBA, Monday Night Raw, the WWE, the Emmys, everybody. NFL can't do this. They can't keep getting away with this. They can't.
Marcus, Eric, and the Boo Boo Baron were at NXT? TNA Hard to Kill over the weekend.
Can I tell you, Manny, as you were mixing up those words, can I tell you the harshest sign we saw?
What?
I don't know if it appeared on their show, but there's a sign in this crowd, the very tiny crowd, not the biggest, but it said, this is TNA, not NDA. And I thought that was the meanest sign of the night for no reason. And nobody was here for this. Nobody asked for that. And it was just like, just me. No one needed that sign, but I enjoyed it.
Why do you look like the only one that wanted to be there? The other two look forced.
They are. They were forced there against their will, and then they realized
you look
they
like
wanted
you
to
want
kill
to be
me.
there. The other Ryan and Eric look like it's a hostage situation.
Well, their smells are terrible. Their smells are terrible. They never was smile. It's the start of the show. I don't know. My smile is always. I have the best smile in the game. You know that, Manny. Come on. It's in the top 10 best smiles in the United States. I was in Time Magazine with this smile. It works. We also at this TNA event had a really good time. There was a lot of stuff that happened. Seats were amazing. The people who sat next to us, a guy who looked very similar to Samoa Joe, but definitely not, said, "Hey, my friends aren't showing up. If you guys want, you can spread out some more. You can have these seats right here." Somehow, Brian, who didn't have an original ticket, was able to come down and get these better seats. It was really disgusting. Really disgusting. Life doesn't work out that way for most people, but it worked out for us. We really thank that guy who was like, "Yeah, my friends going out." It was 4 seats, just empty.
Again, you probably didn't sell them on the show, did you?
Huh? Which sell
You
who?
didn't sell them on the guy that gave you the seats.
We mean sell them on the show. Oh,
You mean
check
you
out our
could've-
show?
Yeah.
No, I never do that. I never. There's no reason. If I had cards or something to advertise the show, maybe, but nah. But again, sitting around us is always the best time. You get the it's like we're doing a sharpshooter watch along in live action because you get all the random Ryan comments. You get you get my random comments. You get some random dancing. You had me dancing in the Alpha Moose and shit. But there was a person who had too good of a time during the MK Ultra and the Decay women's tag match. There was a guy in a red beard who sat in the front row who we believe took some edibles, but just sat there doing that match. This is a women's tag team match, Manny, and just seemed like he was drooling the entire time and smiling in bliss. We were like, this man, this is the happiest man in Las Vegas right now. Had to be.
So moving on into let's just jump into Raw.
Okay.
I think nothing else really happened over the weekend.
Jack Perry's back. He's homeless.
Fuck Jack Perry.
Will Ospreay and Okada had a banger. Sammy Guevara jumped off the roof of an arena into some cushions. Someone's gonna die in this company. And you know what? I'm gonna say this right now, Manny. This goes on with a million different things, but I believe AEW needs to improve their safety whatsoever. And I'm not saying there was anything unsafe about the Sammy Guevara dive. It was fine. I don't care. But I'm just saying some kid is gonna watch AEW right now and attempt to do a lot of stuff they do, and they're gonna die. They're gonna die. Like the Darby things, the jumping off of stuff, and not have the proper safety. And someone's gonna die.
I'm just saying, Marcus,
someone's gonna die because of AEW.
If you watch any type of wrestling, you're gonna end up doing it anyway. Like, who's that annoying one that the one that sets up a table, talks nonsense, says this is for the Juggalos, Juggalo Nation, and then just jumps through tables and shit, and then all you hear is him crying afterwards. That guy has been watching wrestling for ages, let alone before AEW started. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it regardless. I can't be going around blaming you. Can't just go around blaming AEW for this. Backyard wrestling's been a thing for years.
It's true. But I think wrestling in general needs to don't try this at home stuff back. We need that back.
I think we do need it back. I do think we need it back. But no one listens to those things anymore.
Yeah. Safety.
Yep. No belts changed on Battle of the Belts again.
What is this? 9 times? What
Yeah.
number of Battle of the Belts real? 7? 8?
I don't know, but the only time belt changed hands was Cody.
He lost it on Battle of the Belts?
He either won or lost. Sammy Guevara. I think it
I
was
thought that
Sammy
was
Guevara
Rampage.
beat. Sammy Guevara beat Cody, or Cody beat Sammy Guevara for the TNT title.
Oh,
One
okay.
of the other two things happened.
Hard to tell.
So this was the Martin Luther King episode of Raw.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask you.
Yep.
How was that package, Marcus?
I am going to say I missed the days of Vince McMahon pack. It would have been longer. We would have got at least 2 of them. We would have saw the wrestlers walking through the Martin Luther King Museum and everything. And you would have had that old footage. I was disappointed by it. They had a white man do the music. They couldn't find a black man to do it. They couldn't get, anybody else. So I'm going to give them Triple H's first Vince McMahon-less Martin Luther King package.
No, this is the second one.
No, because Vince was still in the company at that point.
Vince stepped away. Remember, that was the point when Vince stepped away.
Yeah, but man, did you really believe he was gone? Now he's gone. This is the
He's gone. But
he has no power now.
When he was gone, I'm pretty sure last year he had no influence on that package last year.
Oh, I believe he had all the influence. I believe he came.
No, because Triple H. Triple H made us wait to the second hour for the Martin Luther King video package last year.
Because Vince McMahon came in the show, was like, "Where's the Martin Luther King video package?" And Triple H was like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Damn it! You better get it ready by the second hour."
So, Marcus, I'm going to tell you, I thought this package was fine. You know the only problem I had with it?
What's that?
What idiot thought it was a good idea to transition from the Martin Luther King package directly to a pile of snow onlooking the arena they were going into? What kind of bullshit is that?
They had to show the snow, man, to show the lack of people who showed up to this event.
No, you do that at the start of the second hour. You don't pull that bullshit directly after a meaningful video package.
Let's talk about the snow. The weather. Now to the weatherman and other news.
And then we go directly to the man that tried to cure racism, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, so that's where I was like, oh shit. As soon as that package ended, we went to Cody. I went, oh shit, what's he gonna say? And so he comes to the ring, he saunters, he does his full, come on, whoa, full thing, and we all doing this, and I'm going like, oh no. This man cured racism last night. He talked about anything involving race. This is Martin Luther King's Day with Cody Rhodes. What's he gonna say? And as soon as he said, so what do you want to talk about? I know what I want to talk about. And I thought he was going to say Martin Luther King and the freedom. Instead, he talked about Brandy and some song. And I was like, this is going to lead to cure racism. And he didn't. But I think it was going there but Drew interrupted him. Thank God.
Well, no, he wanted to talk about what the reason he came back to WWE. Obviously, finish the story and all that bullshit. But before he could even elaborate on it, Drew came out.
Yes. And Drew wanted
to talk about his own story. Their own story.
Our story. We share this.
The fact that they were tag team champions back in the day. They both left WWE. Redefined what it meant to be a wrestler. Became so undeniable. WWE decides to call them back. Bring them back in. They talk about the last match they had on the Indies before Drew went back to WWE, where Cody told him he'd be a future world champion. He tells Cody to carry on what he's doing, and he will finish the story. But not before he finishes his.
Before we start this, what made me laugh, and I watched this by myself, what made me laugh was Drew McIntyre going, let me tell you about our story. I thought he was going to say story time with Drew McIntyre, baby. So it's would have been like, oh, he's turning back. He's going to get short again. Oh, I thought he was going to say that, but just to make me laugh. But he went to the story, And then Cody rebuts and talking about, yeah, you know, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on for a minute. And he said, remember the last time we fought Drew on the Indies? I beat you then. And I go, oh. Now, someone looked this up, and it was apparently a WCPW show in England, man.
Something like that. Yeah.
Just like, nice way to end it, Cody, but the Indies don't count. It don't count.
The cool thing Drew said was Drew believes Cody is standing in his way, and if you step in his way, you'll get eaten alive because he is operating at a different level right now. But Roman Reigns has that shirt. When he is 100% himself, he isn't what's best for business. He is the business.
Yeah. Are you down with calling Drew McIntyre the business if that's his new nickname? I'm down.
If he has a shirt that says the business, I'm buying it.
I can't wait for that shirt to come out now, man, and you see it go, oh, no, this is horrible.
It's going to be horrible, but I would wear it.
I am the business. Oh, I support it. And all of that, long segment and whatnot, I thought it was okay, but I did feel like it was a bit long.
The crowd didn't seem into it at all.
Because there was no one there. There's no one really there. Michael Cole kept justifying, no one's here tonight. No one's here because of the weather. And then WrestleTix put out the attendance, which apparently they sold well. It's just you couldn't attend because of the snow.
Do you get a refund for that?
I don't know. I think they could, because you can make an attempt to show up. It's not on them that you couldn't show up. Like you can make it. You just didn't want to go out there like, oh, I'm not gonna die for this. So, what do you think of the new Raw set?
Perfect. The guy that beats Drew gets a shirt with "Taking Care of Business."
That's the next Cody shirt.
On social, CM Punk was at Cody, so they're gonna have a little conversation next week.
Good old fashioned face to face with the two top stars that AEW let go. If you want to think of it that way,
two AEW champions go talk head to head. The TNT champion talking to the former AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh yeah. I'm about to correct you right there. I'm about to say, no, Cody never won that title. Remember, he stepped away because if he lose that match,
because I said two AEW champions. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm talking about.
You were close. I thought you were good. Yeah, I thought you were world at first. I was about to jump in and be like, no, Manny, Cody could never win that title. He could never win that title. He could never finish that story. He ended on chapter 2 of the beginning of that story and was like, I can't read the rest of this. I can read the abridged version with the TNT title.
So we go backstage, and I'm going to put all this backstage Judgment Day stuff together before we move into the matches. Priest walks up to R-Truth, who's selling shirts, and says they need to get serious because he's selling Judgment Day merch in the parking lot. Then R-Truth gives him his cut, and then Priest tune changes.
Hey.
A lot of money.
Yep. And in real life, the number one merchandise seller in WWE right now is R-Truth, overtaking CM Punk with the Judgment Day shirt with Truth.
and they've just released R-Truth and Tom and Nick shirt.
Yeah, that's the one I want. The Tom and
Nick. Priest tells him not to tag into the match tonight. Priest goes into the clubhouse. JD wants to jump R-Truth, but shows off the cut of the merch. And then JD, he probably isn't getting any because his name ain't on the shirt.
You're not in the Judgment Day. Well,
then we get DIY versus the Judgment Day. I thought this was a decent match. They win with the meat in the middle. Yep. Do you know what I find? I was thinking this last night as I was watching this. I may have been delirious. JD McDonough.
Yes.
If you close your eyes if you squint when watching him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to squint. I'm imagining squinting and imagining looking at him, man.
Does he not just look like Johnny Hungy's tag team partner in the Dark Order?
I don't even know the other dude's name.
I don't know his name.
Alex Riddles?
Yeah.
Woo! I don't know where my brain kicked that up at. I'm going to say you could probably right, Manny, even though I can't remember what Alex Riddles looked like.
like JD McDonough.
Okay. If you squint.
Yeah, if you
All
squint.
right, I'm going to accept it. Yeah, it's a solid match. Crowd didn't care.
No, the thing is, you have no reason to like DIY. Like,
No.
I like them because I watch them in NXT, but I've seen all that shit. Like, they need to establish this team, and they're not doing a good job of it.
Well, they're trying to build them up and to get this tag team title shot or whatnot, but I feel like the best way they should have did this was extend the Dusty Classic to all of the roster and then have them go through more tag teams that seem credible, and then you will have them. I mean, like, they need a great match. The only reason DIY was big in NXT was to get matches with FTR, basically. The 2 out of 3 falls and stuff like that.
You can't bring up Lord Farquaad on this show, Jimmy.
You got to spell Strick name right. I know it's probably autocorrect. I don't know what Strick like that is. But Lord Farquaad. Shout out to Lord Farquaad.
Going by your statement of the tag team classic, do you think they should do what they've done with the women's tag team titles? Remove the NXT title and then just combine the tag division into one giant thing.
Yeah, and then it'd be also a way you can filter random stars on NXT as well. Like, we're gonna have Finn and Priest on NXT because they're tag team champions. They have to fight. I don't know give me a tag team. OTM. I can't think of it for the belts or Tony D and stuff. Yeah. So I think it would help that way. I'm for the merging and all that. Although it does take it away from NXT, which is going on TV, which needs probably their own belt. So a lot of bad decisions on my part.
Then we move into Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. I thought the match was going okay till the ending. It was just very sloppy. It was a springboard moonsault, which didn't really connect. And then there was a mix-up with the pin.
Yep.
And
I blame Candice.
I blame Indy. Indy pinned her. Indy wasn't legal.
I blame everybody. I blame everybody but Chelsea and Piper. Or she liked to be known as P. It just got messy, and I'm shocked who won and whatnot. I thought there was gonna be some controversy at the end there with the ref because the same ref that refereed the last match and Chelsea had problems with. And I thought maybe we were going somewhere with that, but not really anything. But that continued the string of tag matches we got tonight.
Yeah, I hated it. This is why I feel like I was so disconnected from Raw. You know how I feel about tag matches. I don't need so many of them. That was my insane disconnect from AEW All In last year.
I think it was. I'm going to say it's the Jim Cornette podcast. And yes, I do listen to it. It's hilarious, guys. I'm sorry. It's funny to me. It's old man shouting at clouds, but it is, and it's funny to me. But there was a valid point on there when they said, has tag matches ever really bought? And then, when they were talking about the 8-man tag in AEW. Like, immediately when you get matches like that, you immediately tune out, right? I feel like everybody tunes out. And I care. Like, there has to be a number that says, 8-man tags or 6-man tags or 6 women or whatever. I think most wrestling fans just kind of go like, like right away.
The problem with the Dynamite episode last week where they had 2 of them, one women's and one men's one. I instantly switched off because they pre-announced that.
Yeah.
So it was like it's not like Survivor Series elimination where I can get on board with it.
Yeah, elimination is different. Yeah,
that's historic. Whereas they pre-announced this, they're going to get 2 of them. I was like, why am I caring then? It just shows to me that you don't care about your show.
Yeah, you just feel tired. Like, I always feel, I do feel like the 6-person and 8 multi-man tag person does just feel like time filler, and I don't know what to do with the other people, and I don't just like I don't think it's ever put any asses in the seats or made people care. And I think a series of tag matches similar to what we got on Raw was disinteresting. And I think that personally, when they put together this Raw, I think they were disinterested, going, ain't nobody watching this shit tonight. Look at the competition. We're not beating the Emmys. We're not beating football. We're not beating the NFL. Let alone the Emmys, or let alone what's going on in Iowa and the caucus and all that. And NBA on Martin Luther King Day. We're not beating any of this.
So Gunther comes out. He can feel the desperation of others claiming to win the Royal Rumble. He reminds everyone how close he was to winning the Rumble last year when he came in at number 1. He proclaims he will win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania. Then he addresses Ludwig's actions last week. He loved what he did to Kofi because it showed grit, it showed confidence, it showed courage.
It showed that he's willing to murder.
Woods returns, says he and Ludwig have a problem because Ludwig last week took it too far. The match, so we end up with a match between Ludwig Kaiser and Xavier Woods.
Mandy, can you pause for a second? Just a second. When Woods came out, do you remember the movie The Nutty Professor?
Yes, Marcus, but when he came out, I also gave it a strike.
I did too. I gave it a mental strike as well. Just like, I don't care. I knew it was Woods when the music hit, and I immediately went, oh, okay. Nothing personal, but I immediately thought of Dave Chappelle, The Nutty Professor, was like, I had enough! When Eddie Murphy was making fun of him from the crowd until while he was on stage of Dave Chappelle, and then he was like, I'm gonna have to whoop your ass. Like, I felt like that was the vibe I got of like, this is Woods. Kick his ass, Kaiser, and got the help. That's what I got from this.
In the mid-card, so Kaiser tries, this basically ends up in a DQ because Kaiser tries to throw a desk chair at Woods. He evades and then slams the chair on Ludwig, getting himself DQ.
Yes.
Which was, in ring, before all this happened, was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. Like, Woods can give you a good match. I just don't care about him.
And then Kaiser takes out Woods with a kick to the head with a chair. But Woods escapes the same fate as Kofi last week, leading for Ludwig to run away. But so someone in the mid-card mess wrote that Ludwig took off Woods' head with that kick. I wrote Xavier Woods deserved everything he received.
Yeah, he escalated.
How dare he come back to Raw without his beard? How dare he come to Raw looking like a 12-year-old? How dare he?
I thought he looked older. He looked like Sheldon from The Last Dragon.
Nah, he didn't need to do that. He did not need to do that. Then Kaiser gets Woods backstage later in the night.
Yes. He got him again. He's like, I didn't get you earlier, but I get you again. Habibi kicks galore in this one. But solid segment, but again, it was something that seemed like this should be on main event more than it should be on Monday Night Raw.
No, because I like J.K. Smith said, this has to lead to Big E coming back. Otherwise, this is for nothing.
All of this. Like, all the New Day is taken out. Imperium's running a rough shot. Vinci's probably going to be back in the Rumble. They're all going to be in there. And I think we need this Big E brawl.
Yeah. Then your boy.
It's a good I think it'd be a good WrestleMania or Australia match. The New Day versus Imperium.
Yeah. Then your boy Big Bronson Reed, or the OBCD, threatens all the WWE all champions in WWE.
Excuse me, Manny. The obesity. I was trying to make out with the word spelled out. I was like, what did he just spell? And then it hit me as I pronounced it. OBCD. Oh. So yeah, he's called out. He's called a shot. Yeah. I'm going after a champion you wouldn't expect. Ooh. I'm assuming Rollins? Who else? He ain't going after Gunther. We already got that. There ain't no 24/7 title. And he ain't going for the tag team title. There's only one title to go for. Unless he's going to
North
NXT.
American title. He going back to NXT.
Obafemi will whoop his ass. He's
Are you
like
telling me
3
you
times
don't want
taller
to see
than him.
that?
I will see it. I'll see it.
If your co-host on ETE would also like to remind people that Bronson Reed has defeated Okada.
Maybe it's Okada coming after all this time.
And then another giant killing happened. Akira Tozawa decided to defeat Ivar when Ivar gets distracted by Maxine, allowing Tozawa to win with a sunset flip powerbomb.
Okay, so of all the stuff that happened in this, Manny, and all was going around it, I took one thing from this. I want a side story. I want some drama. And I want it with Ivar, I want it with Valhalla, and I want it with Eric Rowe. Because the way they covered, after he destroyed Tozawa, Valhalla gets over on top of Tozawa, bends over, Ivar comes behind. I go, if I was her husband, I would not like this. And I go, that's it. That's the storyline I'm going. They're messing around with each other. The guys told her to do it. And Rowan comes back. It's like, that's my wife. We have a feud with with War Machine or the Viking Raiders, wherever the hell they call themselves. And I am down with redoing Edge and Matt Hardy with the Viking Raiders.
No.
Winner against Valhalla.
No one cares about Eric.
They will if you blur those lines, Manny. If you blur those lines.
You blur those lines, people will still not care. The money is with Ivar.
Yes. And this is the way to separate them. Full breakup. Full breakup. I am a man.
Rhea Ripley comes out, says the usual stuff. Her division, championship, mommy always on top. Becky puts her over.
That's so true.
Becky puts her over, states that Rhea Ripley may be better than her, but she needs to prove that. So she needs to take that title from her, and in order to do that, she needs to win the Royal Rumble. Rhea Ripley agrees.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this felt like a Road to WrestleMania segment. This felt like, oh, this is the match we're getting at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
like it seemed like it, and she was like, I see you at WrestleMania. She said,
yeah,
after you win the Rumble or something. And I was like, oh, I enjoyed the way they circled each other. I enjoyed the.
Well, you mean the way Becky just walked circles around Rhea Ripley?
Yeah.
Just did 12s.
Yeah. But she was like, what? What? Why are you over here? But I enjoyed this whole segment. I thought it was better than Cody and Drew from earlier tonight, the earlier one-on-one face-to-face segment. And you know what? I'm going to make a hot take here. Becky Lynch might be the best talker in wrestling right now. I think she's underrated as a woman because she's a woman, but she should be up there in the top at least 3. Because every promo she cuts, I feel like it's like one of the best.
Well, Becky going after Rhea Ripley may actually put the women's title back in the main event. Because Rhea Ripley has had a main event segment or main event match with that title at all.
No. She hasn't.
When Becky held that title, she was in main events.
Yeah. But, the thing is, Rhea may have not been in a main event or whatnot, but I do feel like Rhea's the biggest star than Becky right now. I feel like people cheer Rhea. Like, people love Rhea.
People love Rhea, but, you should be capitalizing on that. Realistically, you should be capitalizing that and making your women's division stronger by giving her strength in that division for people to take on in the main event. Because when you look at the SmackDown side, Io Sky is not the strongest champion, but she's featured more in a prominent role than Rhea Ripley is. Because Io Sky is in main events, she has title defenses on SmackDown. She seems like a bigger deal.
But she has a better selection of wrestlers to wrestle than Rhea.
Yeah, but WWE
Rhea has one? Becky? And if you look at the rest of them, they're all in the tag division. Like if they decide to separate Piper Nevin, maybe Rhea can have some troubles with that. Nia they built up and they are building up. Becky is there, but you're saving that for Mania. And then there's the rest. It's like, what do you have left? Who's there on Raw for her to fight that isn't in the quote-unquote women's tag division?
Worst title run, Rhea or Bianca. Also, would you feud Rhea now outside of Becky? So I would say
title run was worse.
I would say Rhea's title run because she is more a side character to what's really happening with the Judgment Day.
Yeah. Well, so I feel like the Judgment Day is the side now. Now the R-Truth's there. Towers over there.
If you think about it, do you know how we joke that Raw has been the same episode since July?
Yeah.
Until there's been sprinkles of different main events, but realistically, it's been a tag team main event on Raw for about 80% of the time, and it featured the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And then Rhea would kind of just be there. Mm-hmm. Rhea hasn't really done anything significant in this period that she's been champion. Whereas Bianca Belair, whilst the title reign has been was shit last year, well, the year before, she was still featured more prominently in women's feuds, whether it be with Damage Control, just Bayley on her own. The one time she had a match with Asuka and Alexa Bliss. She still felt like a real deal. She still felt like a champion. Whereas, when you look at Rhea, she just looks like Stephanie McMahon during the McMahon Helmsley era when she held that women's title. She didn't defend that title.
Well, I think Rhea.
It's not that harsh.
I'm going to do this. I think Rhea Ripley is the equivalent to what if Roman Reigns was here every week. We're not going to do anything with you. You're kind of just around. You're the leader of this group. But we're not going to do anything with you. We're not going to have matches with anybody until big pay-per-views. And that's kind of what's going on with her. If she was working Roman's schedule and not around as much, you probably would notice that, this run was bad because she's having matches. But you see her every week and she doesn't really have anybody to fight. And so last week she had a match, right? Didn't she beat somebody? I forgot who she beat.
Yeah. No one.
Oh, it was Ivy Now. She beat Ivy Now. And that's been her biggest match in the past 2 months, technically.
Yeah. So I think Rhea's had the worst title run out of them, her and Rhea and Bianca.
Well, to be honest, most of these current title runs are all bad in WWE except for Gunther.
Well, I think the back end of Gunther's is starting to become a bit what's he doing with that title?
Well, there's nothing. The Rumble's hurting everything.
Yeah, it's obvious he needs to move up to the other division. He's not Intercontinental title. He's not Intercontinental title worthy anymore. He's more for bigger, higher things. Yeah, he's world champion ready. Yeah, and the main issue, the same thing that went wrong with the Continental Classic, is the same thing that's going on with the Rumble. Is we know where we're going. We're all just going. Yeah. Everybody's going to the Rumble. There's no twist in this. That's where we're at with Raw and all of WWE. Is we need to just get to the Rumble. That's what it feels like everybody wants to do. We need to get to the Rumble, and then we can start building toward WrestleMania or an Elimination Chamber. Because that's where it seems like we're going, especially for Rhea. It seems a bit off because we're just the fans in this situation. I'm sure if you talk to them backstage, they will have this. They have a master plan of what's going towards WrestleMania.
Yeah,
it's just that we're watching it, and it's I've kind of just seen all of this. And you can tell they're kind of just moving along, going with the flow till we get to Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like right now, it is kind of this period of we're not gonna do much. We're competing with the NFL anyway on Mondays and shit, and all this stuff going on. We don't have to actually do much. We're gonna get bad ratings, whatever. So after the Rumble, we go all in and with all our storylines because it seems like they want to get there. They know they want to do Becky and Rhea at Mania. They know they want to do Punk and Rollins stuff. And I feel like this is why everybody in the wrestling community got behind Jinder winning the title for a bit. Everybody's kind of thinking if Jinder won, it does shake things up. It would kind of put a twist But this is not what I expected. But everybody has an idea of what's going on at Mania. CM Punk and maybe Rollins in Mania, Cody and Roman or some kind, or something along that way, and then Becky, Rhea. We have an idea where we're going. It's just we're not there. We're not nowhere near there. And even in the women's division is stalled because they have their Rumble.
Yeah, the Miz and R-Truth versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Priest reluctantly takes out R-Truth, and that's that.
Money is falling everywhere to start the match. Finn Balor gets his cut.
Did you not take offense that a black man was giving the white man money on Martin Luther King Day?
On the money on the back that he earned that he's been working to sell?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't think of it that way. That's horrible. You know what? Triple H Roy era is horrible. It's
Nakamura doesn't seem done with Cody. He's now hungry and dangerous. Natty's choked out. That's it. I'm not covering the rest of that match. Not the rest of the participants. That happened.
This is the problem with Rhea's division right here. It's tag team wrestling right here.
Yeah.
There were 4 women who could all try to fight Rhea. But there are 4 women in this match that no one gives a damn about. I think Zoe Starks is the only one that mattered. 2
of them recently faced Rhea in a fatal 4-way.
Yeah. Zoe got her in the singles match, I think, once.
Zoe had her. Shayna and Zoe and Nia Jax had her in a fatal 4-way.
I'm sure Natty got the business once or twice already, too.
Oh, she got destroyed.
Yeah.
She got destroyed last summer.
Did Tegan get it? Tegan may have got it already, too.
No,
Tegan Knox feels dead.
Tegan Knox got Becky when Becky was NXT champion.
But Tegan feels dead. Like, I feel like of all the people in there, it's like, she's here. But I feel like she's on the chopping block.
Just cut her. Bring in the other one. Bring in Camille. Cut Tegan Knox.
I'm just saying, mass call-ups. You got Stratton, Baylor Henry. You got all those women down there who've been at NXT colorful brand for a long time. You can bring them all up. Cora Jade tore ACL, by the way. That's the one.
I felt a bit bad for her. She's just come back. ACL injury. The good thing for her is she's young. But, like... it's rough. It's rough. Hopefully it doesn't be a lingering issue for the rest of her career. But if you want to have real tag teams, put JC and GZ back together and bring them to the main roster. Damn it. Yeah. They're doing nothing. Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal is your main event. I've already stated my thoughts that Indus should be fired. Seth Rollins injured himself during this match, and I think it's from the springboard moonsault where he landed on Jinder's face with his knee.
I thought it was when he got thrown off the ring, and I thought his knee hit something. It was multiple times where I was like, his knee is fucked up. Yeah, I don't know when it happened, but I feel like he hit his knee at some point.
So apparently he's injured. He didn't have a match for the Royal Rumble.
No.
So you can probably stall if he is actually injured.
Yeah. So it's the severity of the injury. If he's out for long term, he has to vacate the title, obviously. That means the Royal Rumble match or will be for the title, or Damian Priest will just cash in and become champion. Those are your options.
Just put the title on Damian. Just put the title on Damian.
Yep. That's what I support. Or the winner of the Rumble, if you want to continue the status of whatever you want to do. Either Cody or Punk can win the Rumble and they become champion that way, and you can still have the main event or whatever you want to do. Drew can enter the main event and fight somebody. Because Drew currently doesn't have a Mania match as it stands.
Yeah, but Drew's in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so Drew can become champion and win the Rumble via that way, or Priest can cash in, or Punk can win the Rumble.
It makes sense for Drew to win the Royal Rumble and Priest to cash in on him immediately, and then continue with Drew being pissed.
That's one of those audibles that's like that might be better than the original plan.
Yeah.
And then you already have the confrontation between Drew and Cody and all that. So you may do a triple threat. But then you have Punk in there, so I don't know how you... Because Cody is probably going after Roman. More than likely.
I'd go with Kane. Drew versus Punk at Mania if Seth's injured. It works.
Yep.
I don't think you're gonna get the best kind of build to it because I don't think Drew's a good pair of hands. He doesn't sell me on anything.
Well, if he's going by the business now, man, he's selling you. He's selling you on the business. I like the current Drew McIntyre heel run. It's much better
I like it
run.
because it's pointing out the obvious. It's pointing out the obvious that
if he becomes champion again, I think this whiny kind of telling the truth Drew, complaining about the cause. He's basically LeBron at this point. I think I would prefer that as champion right now going into Mania. I think that'll work.
Yeah.
But we have to see. It's all pending on Seth injury. The Seth injury could be a good or a bad thing. It's bad for Seth either way. But I think it's good for the wrestling world if... Oh, you changed the title. I didn't even realize it. I feel it works for the wrestling world if he is injured and we do go, what the fuck happens to the world title? And Drew gets it, or Priest, or, the winner of the Rumble, or they even give it to Jinder to shake things up. And Jinder goes out there, I injured the world champion, I should be number one contender. Whatever case, I feel like it just changed things up where we're at right now. I think it put more asses in seats. It get more people excited about what's going on. And where's Sammy? I know he wanted to take time off, but he's been gone a while. It feels like.
The Royal Rumble is the perfect time to return.
That is true. That's everybody's thing. Return to Rumble. The Rumble, this could be either the best Rumble ever, where every single return and we dream, because we can have one already in the cards. Naomi's coming back, for sure. She's going to be in the Rumble. Even if she decides to go somewhere else. That will
instantly add some strength to the women's division on SmackDown, because you know she's going to be with Jimmy on SmackDown. So you could instantly move someone back over to Raw.
Yeah. Damage control, you got too many women. You got too many. But rumors of Sasha returning. Our speculation of Big E, I think we're the only ones bringing up. We hope Big E returns.
Yeah.
I'm sure Lesnar's gonna randomly show up in there. He's been really quiet. Return to Sammy.
That was the news story on Cultaholic. That it came from Dave and the stuff like that. But there's nothing. It doesn't seem like he's gonna come back Monday next week. So it just seems like he's gonna return at the Rumble rather than show up on Raw.
Yeah, there's also talk of him going to. There's also talk of him returning to the UFC for UFC 300. So I can see him doing a Rumble appearance and then going into his training camp for UFC for then.
Could be. See, I feel like this wasn't gonna end well either way. I would have enjoyed Jinder being champion. Yes. I think I would have enjoyed the fact that Jinder got the title, but I don't think it would have annoyed Tony Khan. I think it could be played two ways. It didn't happen, which it already has, or Tony Khan manipulated the situation and then made WWE put the title on Jinder. And then he will go on another Twitter rant of like, look what I did.
Well, I expect a Twitter rant later today in a few hours, Manny, where the Raw ratings are going to come out, whether it's tomorrow or 2 days from now, whenever. I don't know when they actually come out today, like because of the holiday or whatnot. But it's going to come out. Raw does lowest rating ever. Tony Khan, you see what happens at the USA Network when they put Jinder McCall in?
He can't do that until the Dynamite rating comes out.
No. He's going to do it before. He's going to do it before. Because last week I think Dynamite did their worst rating ever.
If Dynamite comes out and it's still 800, he can't chat shit because the Raw rating will at least be 1 million.
Yeah, last week we did 700, Manny.
The Raw rating will be at least 1 million. So if Dynamite is less than that, he can't chat. He can't talk.
Manny, what stopped him before? What stopped him before? He's going to come out later and, as you say, chat shit about how Jinder did this and how this is this and how he was right and all of that. This is the Boogie 101 and tune into Dynamite and all that shit and how he's Booker of the Year or whatnot. Dynamite's going to happen. Hook's going to wrestle. Hook's going to lose excuse me. Hook's going to lose to Joe. Or, as you say, Hook may win. But anyway, Hook's going to lose to Joe. And they're going to do 820,000 views like they always do. But they've done less recently. So, last week I think they did 780 or something. So, we shall see. But I predict all this is going to happen. And, Manny, I want this in a short. If this happens exactly like I said, I want it in a short. I was created. I created, goddammit, just to prove the world that I was right. I was right the whole time. Shoot, this is going to happen. Mark my words. Bischoff's going to call him a clown. It's going to all start up again. Mark my words. Dive into numbers. But yeah, expect the Raw ratings to be really bad. And TK responds, "You mark my word." I'm gonna do a full Stephen A. Smith rant.
It ain't the Cowboys.
You know, when they were losing, so I wasn't able to watch the game. We're on the road coming back from Vegas or whatnot for Hard Kill weekend, and I wasn't able to see the game. But I knew waiting for me when I got home was to go straight to Instagram, Facebook, or wherever he does, just to get the Stephen A. Smith video where he rotates the room and he talks shit and he says, "Tune in the first take on Monday." And then you get that one and then you know what's going to happen on first take. Which seems like the cowboy hate central capital of the world with Shannon and Stephen A. together. Talking all that shit. But Jerry should have fired everybody right into that game. Everybody should have been fired. I would have fired people in the lower parts of the job. People who just clean up and do laundry. They get fired. I'm firing everybody.
You know what? I still don't see, and I've been saying it for years. I don't see what people see in Dak Prescott. I just don't see it.
He was the best quarterback this year.
I don't think he was.
He was. The number wise. Yeah,
I don't
think
if
I was doing a draft, I would take, Mahomes and Hurts and Lamar Jackson and even Jordan Love. Like, I would take a lot of quarterbacks overall, but numbers wise, Dak was the best this year. He just can't do it in the playoffs, just like that organization can't do it in the playoffs. And then it's not their fault. They ran into the hottest quarterback in football, Jordan Love, who was the second leading touchdown scorer. And this is all happening in the second half of the season, where he was the worst in the first half.
I'm just saying, former Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez has more wins in the playoffs than Dak Prescott. And Mark Sanchez is known for the butt fumble.
Yes. It is time to move away from Dak. But I think Dak is a good quarterback. I just think he's just in the wrong place. I think Texas, or not just Texas, America's team, Eddie, the quarterback of America's team, that's too much on your shoulders. If Dak,
I am not trading my soul for anyone. Right. I'm not trading my soul for anyone to go to the Jets. Because the Jets will make him look even worse than my opinion of him now is.
No, I think Dak would have been a better fit for that team than A.A. Rod.
Marcus, that team doesn't have an offensive line.
Dak can move. Dak got those legs.
Marcus, I could get a sack. I could get I could get a defensive sack through that offensive line. That's how bad that offensive line is.
I can see Manny crawling under the line. Hopefully no one noticed that I'm crawling. Yeah! Gotcha! I gotcha! As he's hanging on Dak Prescott going like, oh, you're bigger than I thought. You're not going down, huh? But yeah, their O-line sucks. But I think but having a bad O-line, but having someone that can actually move, unlike Rodgers, who's slowed down, he used to be able to move, but he's not as fast as he used to be. Would be beneficial to the Jets. But who knows? Blow up the whole team.
Do you know what's embarrassing? The Jets were ranked the #1 defense in the league. And then
they were good.
The offense was ranked what, 32nd?
Yeah. But what do you do when your quarterback is what's his name?
Wilson,
Zack Wilson and anybody else by committee. The joke was anybody else on a committee and Zack Wilson, but I couldn't remember Zack Wilson's name. I wanted to just say the motherfucker, Zack Wilson. That's all he's good.
And we're apparently done with him this season, so someone else is going to be coming in. It's just ridiculous.
Yep. It's just a revolving door of quarterbacks for them. For the Jets. But the Steelers are out. Sorry, Eric, you're gone. You're out. You're out the playoffs. I'm the last one standing. Last one standing on the Sharpshooters. And I didn't think it'd be this way at the start of the year. But
I didn't think. Do you know what? The way Jordan Love was playing at the start of the season, I didn't think the Packers were going to do anything.
No, he looked like every other bum quarterback this year.
Yeah, and then they snuck into the playoffs.
And then all of a sudden he got better and better and better. The offense changed. Aaron Jones got back, and it was just like, oh, this is a real team, guys. This is a real team.
We got something here.
Yeah. But again, we give up 30-something points a game. I don't know how that's even. I can take us 48 to beat the Cowboys.
Who you got next? The Niners. You got the Niners next, don't you?
Yeah.
The luck you're riding on. I think that with the momentum, you could probably sneak away.
I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe like I did with the Cowboys. We can beat the Niners because you know what?
Momentum.
We have all the momentum. We have the the hottest quarterback, a young dumb team. And you know what? Someone has to be the youngest team to enter Super Bowl history, Manny. And why not be Titletown USA, the Green Bay Packers, the real America's team?
I mean, the Cowboys have God watching them, apparently.
God watches the Cowboys game and just goes, how can I fuck up their day? You know what? They look happy. All of them.
I feel bad.
This halftime score 28-0 or whatever it was.
I feel bad Tony Romo didn't get a Super Bowl ring. He was a really good quarterback.
He was. Just, Cowboys. Fucking Lions got in. Whatever. I'm sorry this is a wrestling show, but we had to carry it over to the NFL because the NFL decided to take over our entire weekend.
Did you
see
much
stuff happened on this weekend, but the NFL overshadowed all of it.
Did you see the reel of Eminem begging Stafford to roll over to the Lions?
No.
The last time you won, I sung for you. Now you do something for me.
I did like the gathering of Detroit's finest, though. Eminem, Big Sean. Who else was there? There's some other people. It didn't include Kid Rock, but I was hoping Rhino would show up. Just the Motor City Machine Guns.
The Cowboys are more marketable than Chargers.
They are. That's a fact. The Chargers ain't shit. The Chargers are the Clippers of the NFL. And I mean that with all respect to the Clippers today. And that's my team, but they are. No one cares. No one gets upset when the Chargers lose. No one gets upset when they win. Until they win something important, it don't matter. It's the truth. Like, you know how the Jets suck, Manny? They've they've sucked their entire life. Your entire life, basically.
What?
The Jets have sucked your entire life, or there may be 2 or 3 moments of like, oh,
I was alive for those moments. I was alive for those moments.
Yeah, Rex made it. But for the most part, they've sucked, right? At least people care about that. Like, the Chargers have done equally the same amount of sucking for the same amount of time and had glimmers of hope. But the most they've ever had was their dance, "We are the Superchargers." That's the highlight of their life.
Diego Superchargers.
That's the highlight of being a Chargers fan right there. That's it. And no one cares. At least people care about the Jets, and you know they do.
Yeah, but I feel. Do you know what the thing about the Jets is? The thing you get the most out of the Jets is the tribalism with the fans. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it these days. That's it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're a Giants fan? You're a Jet? Oh, yeah. By the way, I haven't seen a Giants fan in like 3 years. Where'd they go? Like, I'm sure they're out there. I just don't like. You don't really hear from them. I hear from every other team. I even see Jaguar fans walking the street. Rarely see a Giants fan. Just feel like, yeah, I'm a Giants fan. Oh, okay. Like, I see more Jets fans than I see Giants fans these days.
Yeah, because there was hope, Marcus. This season there was hope. That's why they came out in their waves in the off season.
Yeah, Aaron brought it up.
We got Aaron Rodgers. They just came crawling out of the woods.
It was like watching the Thriller video. Oh, dance is over, guys. The dance is over. We had one snap of football.
Backwards in the Thriller, back into the woods.
Yeah. That's literally how
I'm predicting this now. The Jets have a history of bringing in dead to nothing running backs. Saquon Barkley will be a running back for the New York Jets next season.
Damn. I was gonna put him with the Cowboys.
Oh, he could also go there.
Yeah.
The real question is where's Bill Belichick going?
Yeah. He has an option now. He has options. I know they haven't fired Mike McCarthy, but come on, guys. He's out.
I think he goes to the Eagles.
And then and then you have the Eagles with the other ones. And then you have Belichick go over there. I feel like him and Jerry would clash. So I think the Eagles is a safer bet for Belichick. Or if I'm Belichick, I'll take a year off.
No, I think he could go back to the Jets and actually fulfill his contract when he signed it originally.
Finish the story.
Finish the story, Bill. Finish the story,
Bill.
You've ruined my life for 20 years. Finish the story,
like the Jets coach. I just think he has bad luck for being the Jets head coach.
Thing is, he'll get another head coaching job. He created a great defense.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. That's where Belichick's going to land. Or he just take the year off. I'll take the year off if I'm personally him. Going like, you know what? I haven't had a year off in my... Take a year off. I'll become hungrier the next time I'm here.
Nah, you know he wants that record wins. He wants it.
It's true. He'll be back next year.
For the Cleveland Browns.
Yep. He ends up taking the Chargers job. You know what? I've been in the cold for too long. It's time to go to the West Coast, get some sun. They got nothing in Los Angeles for me. They don't care.
Oh, so
we got Harbaugh as well.
Wrap it up. Yeah, I think we
finished the show 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for top 100 matches.
Yep, the top 100 matches. The Wyatts versus the Shield should come out tomorrow.
Have you changed the date on that?
No, I'm going to change it after the show.
I just want to point out, Marcus has had this in the vault since maybe October.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
This has been uploaded in the vault since October.
Yeah, but it's finally coming out for your IOs. The last episode of ETE. Top 100 matches, Shields versus Wyatts. Very, very exciting match. We're not only just covering the match, we talk about the history and, you know, what happened to these wrestlers. They all went on to, like, it's a really epic start. Like, you realize people have died in this time. 2 people are dead. And you go to the story. Eric Rowan's out the business. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are world champions. And there's Jon Moxley, who's in AEW world champion and lead the Blackpool Combat Club and kind of just in the air right now. I don't know what he's doing right now, but
I mean,
interesting stories.
I pre-watched this before I pre-watched most of the content.
All of it, Manny.
I checked your stuff. Eric doesn't tell me when he uploads.
Eric doesn't tell anyone.
Eric technically hasn't uploaded a video himself for about a year and a half now.
Oh, okay. Tune in next time when he brings up another one.
Yeah, so it's a good watch. It's actually Jamal not talking about people you probably haven't heard of, like you would usually get on ETE.
It helps. It helps when you go to random wrestling shows. Oh, Jamal, tell me about them. I know you. Huh? I know you. By the way, I want to tell you some wrestlers discovered at Hard to Kill who, you know, they didn't know who they were. MK Ultra, Ryan's new love for Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly was unhealthy. I'm gonna say Shantae's, Eric's wife, new love for Speedball Mike Bailey. Also, I'm gonna class as unhealthy. As in, first it starts off, he's not wrestling in shoes. Oh, look at those kicks! He's kicking ass. And then Eric going.
I'm just gonna say Shantae likes feet. I'm just it's out there now. Shantae likes feet. I'm just saying.
And then Eric's and she also fell in love with Danny Luna as well. Like,
I like Danny Luna. He's
Danny a monster.
Until Danny Luna decided to change where she comes from.
Now, where'd she come from now?
So she is actually announced from where she's actually from, South Wales. Before she used to get ring announced from my hometown, Camden, London.
On TNA, I think she came from Camden, London again, Reddy.
No, I'm not sure. I checked.
They announced her for London, England. They said London, England. They didn't actually say where.
Okay, then I.
Her and Zaya both.
The last person to get ring announced from Camden, London, Jimmy Havoc. And where's he?
Shows the neighborhood you're from.
But yeah, like there's a few people that have come up. Like I know Billy Starks because I've seen her at Pro Wrestling Eve, and then now she appeared in AEW, and then now belongs in Ring of Honor. There's been a few people that have just popped up in Pro Wrestling Eve. Okay, I know them. The one show I didn't go to at Pro Wrestling Eve is when I could have saw Masha Slamovich. But I just really didn't have the money then. That was those were in the poverty days.
In the dark days when the Empire ran.
It was only like 3 months ago, but those were the days where someone was coming in the comments, Final Boss, saying I look sick. Hurt my feelings.
I'm poor, damn it. I'm just poor.
It wasn't even that I was poor. It just looked like I lost weight, and then like you look sick.
Yeah, that's immediately what people do when someone lose weight. He looks sick. He looks sick. He's ill.
Yeah. So, that's it. That is it for the rest of today's show. Make sure you check out tomorrow. Tune in for tomorrow for that video because I've watched it. It's actually pretty good. pretty good explanation of where the history of like where all these people are now. I don't think they mentioned the deaths, which I can't
They
remember.
are brought up. It's brought up, but not like in deep.
I watched this 2
it's a
months
tragedy.
ago. I can't actually remember fully what they discussed.
Yeah,
but it's a history of this match, and it's interesting because like all these people were in the early stages of their career on the big time.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's like a throwback. You get chills of like just little things when we watch this match. So check it out. And then Thursday, tune in where I come on the show and I say I was right, Manny, about the Tony Khan statements, and we cover AEW Dynamite, where Hook will become your new world champion out of pettiness and spite.
And then we're going to check the cage match rating right afterwards. Live on the show.
Oh, boy.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes. He is.
It's the grand finale.
And we are the kings of the ropes.
There we go. In South America and Latin America, I let everybody know. When I was in Vegas, I let everybody know. I walked up to Vikino and I said, brother, you don't know anything about nothing. Because in South America, my friend, and in Mexico, I know you haven't heard of me. But me and my tag partner, Manny, are the kings of the ropes. How dare you? How dare you flip in front of me? How dare you? Bow down to the king.
It's written in the AAA bylaws that you bow down to us and the CMML bylaws.
By the way, that's what we're walking out to the ring to. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king.
Oh, so we're not walking to Bad Man Don't Dance.
No. Oh shit! All right,
you know that is actually. Do you know what? Oh. That was the fun. If you haven't, go watch that. Try Not to Laugh. It's one of the fun. I'm enjoying doing that. I feel like outside of the live shows where we just talk shit anyway, that is just normal stuff we do, and I'm enjoying it.
Also, fillers. I don't know if Manny will like participate, but maybe I might convince Eric to do this. Super Bowl watch along? Possible.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know if you can maintain that. That's a lot of staying up, and then you got to work probably the next day. It's not a holiday for anybody. Even though Super Bowl should be a world holiday.
Yeah, I can try and get the day off the next day. It's what? It's in 2 weeks, right?
It's like 3. Let me see. Next week, then there's the bye week. Oh, it's the bye week. Yeah, it's about 2 weeks. But then again, I'm advertising this, and I can't probably get the day off, but I can do half of the Super Bowl with Manny and Eric.
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
we may do a Super Bowl watch along.
I mean, these two did it for the World Cup final, and
half of the World Cup final.
Yeah, do you know what? I was actually in a pub watching the World Cup final, and I was like, I didn't enjoy the company I was with, and I was like, I wish I was with my boys. It's more fun. See, people don't understand. It's more fun watching things with Eric and Marcus than it is sometimes watching it with other people.
I like that word specific.
Because if you think about it, I remember the text messages going back and forth. I was making fun of Mbappe the whole way through, saying he looked like a ninja. He looks like a Ninja Turtle without the mask. And and Eric was like, "Manny, you're just being a hater." Da, da, da. And then these two went on live without me, and I felt left out.
It was impromptu because we were just talking about it, watching the World Cup, and they're like, "You want to just go live?" And you're like, "Why not? You sure? Yeah, let's just do it. Fuck it."
Yeah,
random thumbnail. You can check that out randomly, and you can see how randomly it is put together on this feed, where you just see an image of the ball.
Yeah, it's the worst. I think that is generally the worst outside of the text thumbnails of the early days of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. That may be the worst thumbnail on the channel. Because It's just like it's so quickly put together, and it's just rushed out there.
It's just like, here, join us if you want.
Also, maybe on Sunday, if nobody is doing anything, I may put together some Lego. So if you want to tune in for that and have a relaxing experience, check that out.
Yeah, Manny with the hands, the man with the hands.
Yeah, I've got new equipment coming that may benefit the Manny in the hand stuff.
Shout out to Manny and his third hand. Like, what? That's a third hand. There's no way he can do that.
Yeah, so we've kept the show going on longer than it needed to.
Yeah, this could have been a 30-minute show. How was it? I predicted before the show started. I was like, I had nothing to say. I got 35 minutes. It happens when I sleep.
I can't remember which watch along it was. J.K. Schmidt also was on a watch along and he was drunk.
I believe it may have been a WrestleMania.
No, it wasn't WrestleMania. It was one of those. It was one in between ones, and I remember J.K. Smith being mad drunk during that one.
He's right. He was right. It was okay. Shout out to everybody who's joined some of these watch alongs. It's been entertaining.
Yeah, even Wes when he comes on, and you never know if he's coming back or if he's gonna make it.
It's been a choking.
Yeah.
There's been drunk people. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. But yeah, Super Bowl watch along possible.
Yeah.
But I think it's only if Eric is agreeing, because I'm not gonna leave Manny by himself, because I won't be able to finish it because I have to work that night.
Yeah. So check that out. Stay tuned to the channel. We've got content all out through the week. So we out. We out. Peace.